There we go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dragonshire, and we get this game underway. So, spawning on the left-hand side of the map in the blue trunks, it is going to be Beyond the Game of Heroes of the Storm BTG, with 619 on the Anubarak, Bruiser on his classic Malthael, Druid on the Stukov here, first time we've seen one of those in a while, Dancing on the Orphea, and LLK is bringing out the Tychus. Whereas on the right-hand side, it is going to be in the red trunks, TheOne, with Mal'Ganis, Phoenix, Hanzo, Malfurion, and Tupoku is playing on the Muradin. They are TheOne. As we start off the game on Dragonshire, we do see both teams actually going for the 5-man meetup this time. A little bit riskier this time. Everyone begins to group up. Looking for an opportunity, a noob diving deep from second one here with the silence from Stukov, shutting him down. See you later, Muradin, a wonderful dive here, but 619 is getting a lot of damage from Phoenix, who chases him down and picks up the kill. With Mal'Ganis, though, he may have bitten off more than he can chew, dropping that sleep, allowing Phoenix to pick up that kill. Hanzo as well, trading damage with LLK. Everyone drops low and is able to retreat. That is a 1-for-0, 1-for-1 though, in favor of the teams. Both teams losing their tank. And Stukov finally picks up the fetid touch. He was able to pick it up before he lost any. After he was able to. Before he joined the fight. Wow, words just did not work for me there. So he was able to pick up a stack. Anub as well, starting off with the Nerubian armor here. Everyone's going for like this double shield build, Nerubian and the speed, but they don't go for the cooldown reduction. Always going for subterranean armor instead for like the double shields. It's still good. I don't know why. I just really like the cooldown reduction. Now then, Shando's Clarity coming in for the Malfurion here. Mana regen, going to be helping out mostly Hanzo, maybe a little bit of Muradin, and of course Mal'Ganis will gain a little bit of value from this. Camp already taken. Muradin scouts it out and finds what's going on. Is also able to pick up a stack in the process, but that's a very early camp coming in here as Bruiser begins to rotate down. It's interesting they're not putting Bruiser in the solo lane for the moment. They're leaving Anubarak to do that. He is very effective at doing so. But it's still really interesting to see that he is doing it that way. So we see everyone else gathering in the mid lane. Bruiser pulls back, stays alive for the moment. Nice little Sonic arrow to keep vision on the rotation point. Hanzo joins Malfurion in the spot lane once again. This is a dominant Hanzo map for this bottom lane. The scatter arrow angles on this particular point are so deadly that anyone who steps in here has a good chance of eating multiple shots, and anyone who tries to control it is just going to get harassed down to 0 very quickly. But this top push, a classic challenge strategy, grabbing this camp so early and then pushing it hard with it. Multiple members. We've seen 5-man pushes in this lane before, but in this case it is just a 3-man versus a 2-man. As they're looking for the push onto the towers, they're able to pick those off immediately. Can they grab the Phantom as well? Yes, they can, without too much trouble. LLK just focuses that down, even using the overkill here to get the overpower here, just to get it here. But Phoenix able to escape to Poco, trying to body block 619. They get the stun. Second stun from Mal'Ganis, finishing off 619, and the greed is shown here. And BTG having to be forced to retreat. TheOne with a wonderful defense there. They keep present defensive position. Double Shrine control for BTG lasts not very long as Muradin's able to take that down. By the way, it is time to feed here. Going in for heals 58 when damaging enemy hero. So time to feed, going in for the level 1, and Echo of Doom coming in as the level 4. So a bit of a talent mix-up from what we've seen before so far. Bot lane under control here. One good spread for Stukov means that if he was to join this team, he would not burn too much mana, but they're sustained pretty well, and the Globe will heal them up mostly to full. And it looks like TheOne are just controlling top lane right now, whereas BTG seem very happy to have a full 5-man in the bot lane for the moment. They even dive Hanzo a bit here with the silence. They're actually going for the kill, and they pick it up. Malfurion, without the healing, without the burst healing, only healing over time, not enough to protect against the dread of Dancing there, who chases them down as Bruiser rotates to top lane, finally to soak the XP and begin dealing with this Bruiser camp of the side of TheOne. Very ironic that Bruiser has to deal with the Bruiser. Now then, with Muradin arriving as well, this could be where he could overextend and get himself caught out if he's not careful. We have the Mind Devourer for Orphea. She's going to want to arrive with the rest of her team as they do focus this down and take down the fort. Hanzo has returned. Malfurion has been playing very far back, not wanting to fall the same fate as Hanzo. Everyone else just hanging around in the mid lane. They're waiting for Malthael to really grab this, which is why they were protecting him. But instead, they're just going to rotate to bot lane and try to take a fight. LLK chases away Mal'Ganis here. As 619 creeps forward. Quick fight. LLK goes for a lovely sleep. And that growing infestation from Stukov zones away so effectively. Double channels available. And it's currently being held, but they are forced to back up. This is still a man advantage. Actually, it currently isn't with Hanzo not here. It will very soon be a man advantage as Hanzo does arrive back to the rest of the team. Going to be a 4 versus 5 fight as Hanzo arrives in. Scatter arrow onto the point. They dive forward. Triple sleep as Phoenix gets so much value with this phase bomb attack mode, getting all the AoE, but it's not enough with Muradin already taken out. And this is a person down fight in favor, but finally Phoenix gets the counter kill onto Anubarak and chases deep, but Malthael from behind. Orphea trades out with Phoenix as Malthael focuses onto Malfurion, going to try and pick up the kill here as Hanzo also does some damage onto Bruiser, who realizes he might have overextended here. He's getting chased down by 2 members and will be moonfired to death unless he can do anything about it. Nope, Scatter Arrow will finish the job. And as such, that is another kill. 5 kills to 4 total as BTG are once again forced to retreat. Anubarak respawning. Top still controlled by them, but look at the amount of people on the map. Currently, it is held much more superiorly by the One. They send someone top. They aren't able to hold bot lane for the moment, but give Hanzo time, he will once again be able to just harass that area down. Very aggressive there. Maybe too aggressive, but they're still able to finish it off with the help of Mal'Ganis. 619 dives onto Hanzo, unable to finish the job. Double sleep, good damage onto Druid. Druid may be in trouble here. Mal'Ganis chases forward, gets the stun, but Hanzo not in position for the follow-up damage. But this will be the double cap. Tupoko channels it in. Bruiser not arriving in time. And that's the first Dragonite of the game going over to the One. Muradin, Tupoko going to begin burning that down as quick as he can. No trouble at all. Going to take down the front wall and then will likely rotate down to bot lane. They would love counter pressure here, of course, because they already lost a fort, so there is a catapult in this lane every now and again. So they'd really like to reduce that. But the Dragonite, unprotected here. Already lost half its health, taking out the front wall here. Very potentially risky here, as level 10 is hit by both teams here. Going to be seeing the Tranquility here from the Malfurion. The, of course, Purification Salvo, the Avatar, and the Dragon's Arrow. But it is going to be Mal'Ganis who is hiding his level 10 so far. He could still pick both. Both are viable here. Dragonite doesn't even bother coming down to the bot lane here. It's just going to have to leap away, finally finish off the bottom tower. So the rest of the team took down the remaining towers in this bottom lane. Level 10 for the side of BTG, though, looking at Flaming Swipe, Crushing Jaws, Commandeer Odin, Last Rites, and Cocoon. Crushing Jaws is absolutely the heroic of choice these days. It has been shown repeatedly to be so effective as they do take down the siege camp. They need to be careful not to group up against it. We are still seeing Carrion Swarm. No more cheeky Cadet conversion plays. Stormbolt does not land. 619 is fine. Bruiser Camp picked up by BTG. It's going to be Bruiser pushing with this, trying to just gain as much value on this top lane as possible. Falted already down. If it's not contested, might be able to make a play. 619 pulls away from Tupoko. Scatter Arrow. A little bit of poke onto the point. And this Siege Giant's a little bit uncontested. It's just going to be cleared out here. Hanzo finally moves in for a bit of harass, but they just don't want to take the risk of getting caught out by Anubarak, at least yet. Tupoko moves in, gets another stack on his Stormbolt, but needs to pull away. Hanzo, good dodge, good jump again with the natural agility. And now they're even trying to turn it round. Dragon Arrow point blank on the 619, trying to chase him down. But he's a little too fast with that Shed Exoskeleton. Here comes the sleep. Double sleep coming in here as Malthael moves forward. Purification Salvo. Good damage onto Bruiser, but he stays alive for the moment. But Carrion Swarm finishes the job, as well as Hanzo as they chase a bit further forward. Carrion Swarm expires, Crushing Jaws on just Muradin and Mal'Ganis here, but attacking forward. 619 desperately trying to stay alive, and Stukov healing keeps him going as Mal'Ganis has overextended and finished off. Tupoko, his trait is active. He's healing up slowly but surely. Shield of Phoenix has expired. Hanzo over the wall with the natural agility. They turn back around. They finally find 619 with the Stormbolt as they chase onto LOK as well. Looking for more, looking for value here. Top fort is about to fall as they chase this down, looking for any extra damage, but the silence Druid just gave his life to keep LOK and Dancing alive. As the assassins will live, they'll be able to port back. Almost not the case here. Dancing's even going to stay around, grab a fountain. Very risky here. But once again, the One take yet another fight. They're going to be able to move up to top lane now. They will have to fight Bruiser, but they can bring Mal'Ganis, make it a 2 versus 1. And this should be fine. In the meantime, the rest of the One grabbing a set of Bruiser Camp of their own. This Bruiser Camp already weakened. Only a single wizard left. They don't have to worry about that too much. Phoenix, though, is actually going to go defend that. He doesn't want to fight Bruiser alone. He also doesn't know where the rest of the enemy team is. A couple of them are now showing, especially 619. So they know they could try and make a play. And finally, this Bruiser camp is picked up by the rest of the members of TheOne. Mafia imported back, gets enough mana, doesn't even regenerate it all because he knows he isn't needed, because look at the aggression of BTG here. They want to try and make some kind of play with this. They've already pushed all this way up with one Bruiser camp, and they have control of top lane. They would love to maybe use this as a distraction to make the play onto bot lane, but instead, this is an aggressive push scenario here, at least for Anub'arak. He wants to try and gain some value. Muradin, though, they've wrapped around. They know that Anub'arak will be distracted. They're trying to make a play. Sleep onto Orphea, and they found Druid a little bit out of position, but 619 is here to protect him. They chase forward, trying to hold the line here. They are able to do so, at least for the moment. LLK pulls back. And Druid, once again, protected by 619, who does roll in. Quick burrow charge to get out of dodge there. Does not want to get caught out. But all this, once again, was a good distraction for this Bruiser camp. Pushes all the way in, begins work on the gate. The gate will definitely fall. The tower will be severely weakened. And Phoenix is currently distracted. The rest of his team not going to be able to take a fight without him here. As Mal'Ganis, though, he will take control of top lane. But with all the amount of bodies that BTG have on the map, they are able to control this area more effectively. Now then, slowly burning through the camp, and it looks like, once again, TheOne. They have to give it up. Cocoon for good measure here. Full control, easy cap. With Mal'Ganis, they know he's not here. They could see him up in top lane. Dragon Arrow for reasons. Okay, Mal'Ganis comes in from the other side, looking for Druid. He is very far forward. Lands the sleep. This is going to give his team time to land in. Here comes the salvo, chasing through. Good damage on that salvo this time. Lots of slows being applied as Phoenix jumps over the wall, focusing on Druid. They're able to pick up the kill. TuPoCo is completely zoned away by dancing as him and Bruiser are able to escape, but it's still a 1-for-0. A lot of heroics burn. TuPoCo over the wall, looking for LLK here. There's the stun from Mal'Ganis, chasing through with Phoenix, but it's not enough as Mal'Ganis is forced to flee. And that is making it a 1-for-1. Somehow, Taika survived that, preventing it from being a 2-for-1. But still, great positioning for TheOne, continuing to hold on to their lead. The watchtower going to be picked up by 619, and that prevents the double cap once again. But TuPoCo will grab this for red. Meantime, we will see Phoenix looking at top lane. He would love to clear the lane again, maybe do some bit of poke harassment. 619 doesn't want to be dove. Doesn't have full vision of everyone anymore. Didn't see Druid, who had just respawned, so it wasn't a huge deal there. Mal'Ganis cleans out the lane, just once again wants to keep everything under control. TheOne, despite winning basically every fight now, are down in terms of structures. They're down a fort. As TuPoCo is getting closed in on. Are they going to be able to weaken him enough for the last rides? Yes, they are, with the silence for good measure, preventing any sustain. And BTG just find Muradin and are able to take him out without too many difficulties. That's why you don't overextend. Double cap about to happen with a noob in position. Can the rest of the team zone? Crushing Jaws says yes, absolutely, as the Dragon Knight goes over to beyond the game. Bruiser and Malthael inside it. A noob rejoins the team to now have a man advantage and the Dragon Knight in their possession. They're going to dive forward, looking for this forward minimum. A noob tries to be annoying, eats a bit too much damage for his troubles. Maybe a little bit overly ambitious there. With this, though, the fort will get taken out, and finally, once again, BTG were already ahead in structures. Now they're even more ahead, and finally they have a lead in experience. They're looking for their first keep of the game, or at least to open it up as a potential future option. With this tower going to get taken out without any difficulty, the question is how much damage can they get onto the fort? We have the extra range coming in from Tychus with that spray and pray, getting that extra overkill range as much as possible. Look at this, Dragon Knight health already dropping low. Beetles and minions coming in, but the wave clear is too good. The Dragon Knight's not going to be able to get this keep, most likely, but the Fire Breath will continue to whittle it down. You can see Mal'Ganis chasing forward, forcing that Dragon Knight to back up here as much as possible. See you, Mal'Ganis. That will do the job, but the Dragon Knight, its health is basically non-existent, so much so that a single scatter arrow is able to finish it off. But everyone's still here. They're even talents. All heroics are now available. Crushing Jaws just came up. Dragon Arrow parting like the red freaking sea. They dodge it so easily. Steam onto the backline though as they chase forward. Cocoon on Malfurion preventing the healing as the salvo comes out. No! It's denied as Phoenix is completely finished off here. Malfurion comes back healing, being dropped, but crushing Jar's last right, wiping him out, and Druid feels very alone on this backline. He needs his team, he runs to them as Mal'Ganis chases him down. But in the meantime, everyone is going down. Mal'Ganis is all alone. He takes out Druid, but at what cost, chat? At what cost? As they take him down. And that is going to be a 5-for-1 in favor of BTG. They're going to be able to grab the Seashine camps here, and that will finally guarantee this keep. They're going to be able to push forward with 30 seconds on to the Mal'Ganis. They might even try to go further. This keep already going down. Dragon Knight not yet on the board. How aggressive do they want to go without a support? Phoenix is now alive. 17 seconds until Hanzo, 9 until Malfurion, and BTG, they don't want to take the risk. They don't think they can wipe out the core before the rest of the team spawns, and as such, they will pull back. They will wait for Druid, and they will take control of everywhere on the map. Mercenaries are all under their control except for this Bruiser camp. Too risky to take here, but they will grab Siege Giants. They will grab bottom Bruiser camp, and BTG are in full control now. TheOne though, everyone is back alive. They're still currently even on talents. They could maybe fit in one more fight before level 20 is hit by BTG. TheOne are basically down to one last chance. They're moving out onto the map. Hanzo is not with them here. It's so risky that he's so far split here. Muradin has finally finished stacking his baseline quest, so he's got that double pierce here. So they creep forward. They need to take the fight soon. They need to fight before 20, or at least soak to level 20 themselves. But in the meantime, double mercenaries are pushing in the bot lane. That's why they haven't sent anyone down yet, because they're looking for these fights. But right now, there is no chance for the moment. They're hovering around, waiting for any opportunity. As we see Malthael hovering, waiting for his opportunity, waiting for his chance. Phoenix, uh-oh, Phoenix, uh-oh, Phoenix. Teleports, he makes it. But here's the crushing chance, also misses Phoenix with the great escape here. And here comes TheOne, looking for the counterplay. Dragon Arrow onto the backline. Salvo only catches 3. It doesn't catch Orpheus. It's a huge target to miss. They turn it around and do right dive against the backline, trying to get the damage output. But BLLK is getting absolutely wrecked here by Mal'Ganis, who dived the backline with the Carrion Swarm, able to do the damage. Bruiser sniped by the Phoenix. They're chasing through. Full retreat for BTG. 2 kills to 0 so far in this fight. Make it 3-2. Let's keep it 2. As Druid is able... Never mind. Druid gets taken out. Jupoko from over the wall. But that is a 3-4-0 here in this fight. They're finally moving in. Bruiser, he revived himself with None Can Stop Death. He's in the backline. Bruiser has turned this fight around. I can't believe it, chat. The scatter arrow wiping out members, and Bruiser, with only 2 members left on the board, will take down Mal'Ganis. He takes down... No! The Avatar keeps him alive for the moment. Stone Form with the extra healing. He leaps over the wall. He needs healing. Jupoko needs this, but Malthael says absolutely not. None can stop death, and you cannot stop me. Get out of my top lane. And Muradin is forced to retreat. Malthael stands supreme. The core has taken damage. The Siege Giants pushed all the way in. The catapult finally dies, but they stay alive. Malthael is basically now playing chicken with Muradin, who's going to recapture this, but Malthael had no intention of going bot lane. He wants more map pressure, as Bruiser will take control of this camp. As Tychus has respawned, makes his way to bot lane. He will claim this eventually, but he's in no rush. Everyone is dead. They know where Muradin is. He's going to take this. Cam, no, he changes his mind, actually. The spawn time is a bit too low for him. Changes his mind and moves on to the point. Will take control of this, but here's Malthael as well getting control, but Tychus needs to be careful. Who could be coming to say hi to him here? He has Druid, but they are a bit outnumbered here. They're forcing the full rotation, the full force of the members of TheOne into mid lane to try and keep him alive. Malthael is so scary in these late game fights. Soul Collector, plus Inevitable End, plus Cold Hand, plus Die Alone. The less people he's fighting, the better. But seriously, so many cleave attacks. Once you get rid of the main damage dealers, he does so much work. Muradin forced to back up. Immediate damage being dropped here by Malthael, who begins to duel Mal'Ganis. Sleep is dropped. Dragon Arrow onto Orpheus. She will be a beautiful first target as Hunter has the scatter arrows. They focus onto Dancing. Dancing in full retreat, trying to stay alive. Gets the Shadow Walls. Dives forward, in fact, as the first person in this fight to fall will be Muradin. Finally able to turn that round. As they turn this round, Salvo coming out. Where's the slows? Not enough here, as everyone tanks through that Salvo. As Phoenix is beginning beginning to lose the shields. Hanzo has nowhere to go. The silence with the spreading infection is too much for him. Top lane is getting absolutely wrecked as Mal'Ganis is taken out, and TheOne have gone too deep. They've bitten off more than they can chew. They're panicking as they're chased down here. Phoenix taken out. Malfurion is the next target. The keep has fallen into the top lane due to the bruiser camp and the catapults, and Malfurion has nowhere to go. Down he goes, and that is going to be game number 1. Going over to Beyond the Game. A brutal last fight, a great turnaround there, and they were able to take game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Incredibly impressive work. The Dragonite was available to them. They didn't even take it there. Just ran across the map and took that fight. And that was all down to that Malthael revive right at the end there, rejoining the fight, and was able to turn that in his team's favor. And then the second fight, punishing Muradin for going so deep onto Orphea that they were able to keep control. Let's show you guys some the talent builds, in case, once again, you are interested at all. Phoenix, a lovely mobile offense, inhibiting energy, diverting power to weapons build, just trying to drop any damage he can. That extra attack speed as well. He was just trying to wipe people off the face of the map, but it wasn't enough. Final to Carter here as well. We saw Orphea just trying to kite people, and it worked. She kept herself alive so much longer than she would have otherwise. But this, the MVP right there. No one can stop Death. That final save coming in there to allow them to turn that fight back around. Beautiful play here. And that's basically the carrying factor there. Able to do all of the work, as well as, of course, the kiting skill of dancing. And 619, he did die a couple times, but he worked it out in the end, was able to just drop any CC, be a good distraction, and did everything that he could. And very nicely done. Here are the damage stats, so that you can see at the end there. Of course, Malthael got the most XP. He was split pushing. Hanzo got the most XP for his team, actually, and the amount of tanking was done most by Mal'Ganis. He was so sustainy throughout a lot of those fights. Muradin was actually a target and a blow-up target a lot of the times, which is why his stat is lower, because he was dead, like a significant amount, dead or zoned, waiting for his trait, a significant amount more than Mal'Ganis was with his more in-fight sustain. But there you go, once more, back to the talents. If you want to screen cap them, you can screen cap them in 3, 2, 1. And back to me. Oh wait, hang on. Back to the game. I need to change the scores. BTG with game number 1. Nice. Alright. And back to me. Alright, that's game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. What a good series to start off. That was back and forth and intense. Really cool to see here. And wow, I'm excited for game number 2, as I will load that up for you as quick as I can once I can close the game. Wait for that to pop up. I can close this now, and there we go, close heroes. Delicious. Alrighty then. So, we need game number 2. And then I will go through, of course, all the follows. Thank you all very much for doing so. Drag onto Hero Switcher. And get that loading up. In the meantime, we will have a look at all the people who have followed. And I saw a sub in there, I think. Yes, I did. Where are you? Tires, thank you very much for the Prime. Very appreciated. Supporting your local streamer, supporting your local caster. Very appreciated, my friend. Thank you very much. We also have Quartet, Jedi Master McNamara, sorry. Thank you very much for the follow. And Edge Experience. I like it. Thank you very much for the follow. I hope that's a wrestling reference. If it is, it pleases me even more. Alright. Let's hide the timer. And I think with that, I think so, yeah. Looks like we're getting ready to head into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I don't know how they did the map bans and stuff. Yeah, I don't know where to find the VODs. Otherwise, I could have maybe spliced them in, but I didn't have that ready, so I wasn't prepared. Maybe next time. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the show, as we are going to head into game number 2 of our best of 3 series, our final best of 3 series of these matches that we have recorded, with the grand finals being on Saturday at 5 AM, so I probably won't cast them live. I'll wait for replays to go up. But ladies and gentlemen, let's head in to the map and wait for it to spawn, because it does that. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Braxis Holdouts. And spawning on the left-hand side, it is going to be currently 1-0 up in this series beyond the game of Heroes of the Storm. With Bruiser playing the Arthas, 619 on the Garrosh, LLK on Tassadar, Druid on the Ariel, and we have Dancing playing the Valor. And on the right-hand side, their opponents needing to win 2 games in a row, it is TheOne. And playing for them, we have Mal'Ganis, Reyna, Malfurion, Junkrat, and Tupoku is playing on the Anubarak. They are TheOne. Will they be able to turn this round? Let us find out. An Ariel, Valor, Tassadar composition. Throwing an Arthas in there and starting off with the Hot Pursuit, so a multi-shot build almost certainly. Cool to see there. And of course, Scion Fusion standard stuff, Eternal Hunger, going with the Swift Sweep as well. Everything's looking pretty standard. We are seeing Celestial Alignment, which is a little bit interesting, but extra damage is extra damage, always good to see. And Mal'Ganis holding his level 1 right now. He's in top lane fighting Bruiser, as Junkrat has been left to solo here. We're going to see LLK and Dancing left as a duo. And we're going to see a triple up here. Now, none of these heroes are great hope generators here. Arthas is trying to just do as much as he can with that AoE damage from that Frozen Wastes here. And it's doing a fair amount of work. But, yeah, this is... Unless he gets really stuck in, this is not going to be the best amount of hope generation. They actually find Mal'Ganis, but there's nowhere near enough damage from this double tank lane. It looks like Taz is going to hover around, gain some vision. They actually scout. They actually kill off the sidewall. Here's their plan here. They're trying to finish off the fountain before any objective starts, but they also need to live as a noob comes in. Dancing, dodges once, dodges twice, looking for a third. Can he make it? Shield of Taz. He makes it up above. Dancing with that Hot Pursuit move speed says absolutely not and shuts down the chase. Speaking of chase, Garrosh arrives and gets a triple stun. That's going to be a very satisfying stack sound effect for him. He gains some more stacks on that Warbreaker. Sorry. As they begin pushing in the lane once again, they've brought everyone down, making it a 4-man lane once again as Arthas duels against Mal'Ganis. Now, I'm pretty sure Mal'Ganis does win this in the early stages, but the longer they keep fighting, especially once level 4 is hit, the better it is for Arthas, because he just gets more and more stacks. And that is the end game here. Already, front wall getting absolutely wrecked. I'm really surprised they didn't try to wrap around and kill this fountain, as I thought that would be their objective here. Garrosh in position to punish Junkrat if he overextends, as we see another 4-man rotation into top lane. Arthas retreats and realizes there's nothing he can do here, as this lane is about to get absolutely wrecked as they begin to push it. Arthas tries to hold. Nothing he can do about this. He's just going to have to pull back. Here comes 619. More assistance coming in with the Warbreaker. Good stun, though, from Mal'Ganis. The sleep is dodged as they toss into Poco, but 619, where's the sustain? It is gone. The stun lock too high here as they try to follow it up with another kill onto Bruiser. Druid misses his stun, is forced to pull back. Nice kill there by TheOne. They push in aggressively in the top lane. In the meantime, Valor is trying to do the same. They've killed off the fountain. They've killed off the front wall, but they need minions. And Junkrat clears those so fast. It makes this push so much more difficult. In the meantime, this fort, on the other hand, they have minions, and the wave clear is dead or in bot lane. So this minion wave easily is able to tank through and kill off the fort. Finally, Junkrat retreats, and they will allow Dancing and LLK to get the counter kill here. But in the meantime, big wraparound from TheOne, looking for the opportunity to try and snipe someone out of position. Druid, of course, would be a lovely choice. Quick stun onto Malfurion there. As TheOne creep back in, LLK is around the area. Valor gives up on the fort. They don't want to get themselves caught out of position. And finally, TheOne take the more safe retreating route. As LLK creeps forward once again with Dancing, they really want to take this down and get the even trade here. They have control over bot lane, as we see a bit of a Barney here. They found Tupoco here, but in comes Mal'Ganis from the side. They have no fort to retreat to here as Druid is focused down. Quick sleep and dead. Lovely kill there. Bruiser in full retreat, 619. You've got no damage. You can't take these fights. You can't afford to. They pull back here. Arthas has gone for Deathlord here, giving him a little bit of Q poke range and cooldown reduction. And we see that repeated offense coming in for Ariel, trying to just get the more stuns as Dancing finally finishes off this fort. In the meantime, LLK realizes, oh, they might be closing in on us. The double tank line still hanging around this area, still being risky as Bruiser hovers around. He's got no stacks, so fighting this is very strange for him. They've got no damage dealer here. They finally brought Tassadar. Finally, Valor shows up. they will be able to grab their own mercenary camp here. But this gives time for Junkrat, who is now completely undefended in the spot lane, to capture this beacon. But the rotations from TheOne, uninterested at the moment in beacon progress. They let BTG rotate to top, grab their mercenary camp, grab the beacon. And TheOne very happy to just keep soaking up, looking for level 7, maybe even trying to wait for level 10. They might be more than happy to just await for the long game here. Junkrat takes a very safe rotation, using singular grenades to scout out, see if anyone is around the area. And with this, they actually might get a double cap. He's not looking on the point yet. He's more focused on clearing the lane, waiting for everyone to reveal themselves. His team now sees them. He moves up, but Mal'Ganis might be in trouble. Nah, he's fine. He'll be able to pull back when he needs to. Junkrat recaptures the point. And a noob currently still holding it for his team. They got Concussion Mine. There we go, it is used, but it's still neutralized. Poco dodges the War Breaker, able to pull back, keeps himself safe for the moment. And now more friends have arrived for Junkrat, who has to focus on clearing the lane, as Mal'Ganis will be enough to dissuade Bruiser. It's a full Q build on this Arthur's Immortal Coil coming in here. Going for that Q spam, trying to gain some harassment that way. They're looking for the root, there's the Q spam, a little bit of poke, doesn't even get through the shield, but it's still damage. 619 gets a knock-up, Indomitable, and a shield, trying to keep himself going. They actually are able to avoid the concussion mine there. 619 dives through. Mal'Ganis and Ubrak dive forward though. Druid is again the target. No one's in position to protect him, and Druid goes down. Dancing was looking for a wraparound play, but couldn't get anywhere. Tassadar has already left. They're just going to try and push bot lane at least a little bit, but suddenly Dancing in a real bad position. Did they have vision of him? Looks maybe like it. They just pinged assist. Oh no, Dancing! Oh, he gets the shield from Tass. He's alive for the moment. Now, how far can he go? He's trying to juke him. He's trying to juke him. He's trying to outplay, but he's getting surrounded. They're closing in, and Dancing goes down. Nowhere to run to. And in the meantime, though, a quick move in. LLK just going to keep shielding 619, get all of that value. Try and poke as well, get a couple stacks on that Scion Fusion. Already, you can see he's up to 511, doing a fantastic job there. Not up to the full radius yet. Sorry, I'm not up to the full damage yet. Radius is already done. So they creep forward. Another concussion mine on 619. Could just be forced off the point here. Arthur needs to be careful not to overextend. He is just spamming in those Qs, trying to keep himself sustained that way. Mal'Ganis controls top, and that's a double control. Finally, we're seeing some percentage moving onto the point as Bruiser creeps forward. Concussion mine is there. Still being held. So patient is this Junkrat. Also bringing out Big Az, keeping the extra harass and just keeping even more sustain, even more harassment on the point, sorry. Will of Tichondrius, third slash, that extra percentage damage steal when Mal'Ganis dives in against a Garrosh, against an Arthur's. Very smart move here. You want to be able to take down all that tankiness, and he has now arrived to his team. No one's fighting him in top lane, so he has come to join his team in bot lane. Level 10 approaching for both teams a little bit quicker for TheOne. They do hold the line for the moment. Ariel hovering around. Remember, BTG, if they win a single map, then they go through. It's simple as that. If they can win... sorry, no, BTG are already through, I guess, then. So either way, we will see TheOne trying to fight them for everything they've got. Trying to hold the line. Poco pulls back. Stays alive for the moment. It's Dancing. Creeps forward. Not able to find any more targets. This is the hyper carry Valor composition. As they clean up the lane. Without too much trouble here. In the meantime, Mal'Ganis already trying to gain more experience in the top lane. Reyna is here too, but this is more as an enforcer, just in case anything decides to go down. BTG could try and sneak this away. They have no real visions, and as such, it would be an incredibly risky move, but we, with the benefit of hindsight, can see it wouldn't have been the worst idea. But Junkrat chooses to scout away. Again, Mal'Ganis hiding the level 10. Could he be thinking of it? We'll have to see, as level 10 is hit for the other team as well. Here, where are the ghouls? Are they here in time? They're out, but not enough sustain. Gets completely killed off. And there's the quick carrion swarm. Didn't take any damage. Knows he didn't need to go for the dark conversion, but they flip onto another lovely kill onto Malfurion here. Trying to take down Dancing as well. Quick CC with the Aegis to try and keep him alive for the moment. and a nice into the fray. 619 able to allow Dancing to turn this around as he begins burning onto Mal'Ganis. Not enough though, Mal'Ganis wrecks him in the backline as LLK was not available to shield. Riptire for good measure. See you later, Malfurion. Raider almost dies to the camp, but he will survive here. As long as he doesn't aggro the boss, he's just able to outrun it. And with that, a 2 for 0 in favor of... Okay, made that a 2 for 0. As the one are able to disengage, so Nubrak escapes. And they gain a little bit more percentage. Little bit by little bit, they creep their way up. So far, slowly burning through the camps as well. Getting a little bit more pressure on the map, and Noob is healed back up to full after porting. And they're going to be able to make another assault onto this bot lane if they were wishing to. And that is likely what is going to happen. But how well will they be able to do this? Tupoko joins the rest of the team. They're going to try and make the play as best they can as another camp is being taken on the other side. More harassment by Bruiser. He hasn't got the extra damage on that yet as his health goes down. They find a nice play onto Tupoko here, but he's still able to pull back, stays alive, and a concussion bite delivers Bruiser. But they don't go for any fight as more camps are being taken. This camp is already going to get taken out. See you later, Goliaths. But the Firebats will push in the top lane at least a little bit more. So now, how well are they going to be able to defend this? Junkrat just continuing to clear the lane, removing any extra push potential they have. Valor even eats a couple of the tower hits here, while the Siege Giant camp makes its way in. Finally, the Firebats arrive. Arthur's delivered into the base here, but he's not in keep range, so he's fine. Able to pull back to the rest of his team, stays safe for the moment. Good clear up on the tower. They move forward, waiting for their opportunity. Garage running forward, charges the line, stays alive for the moment. He's able to keep himself going. They're able to pull back constant catapults and XP as they chase forward. Bruiser looking for his opportunity onto Reyna. He's unable to get the right angle. Mal'Ganis coming in from the other side, though. Quick knockback by Druid keeps him alive. Druid has full energy. He's able to get a good heal to multiple members. But Valor, the main damage healer, is zoned away. 619 dropped very low. Riptide gets finished off. Here comes the Carrion Swarm onto Dancing, and Druid trying to and chase them down here. As Bruiser continues to zone. No fatalities yet in this fight. Here comes the Archon. Dancing gets a good shield. Rolls away from Tupoko to keep himself going. Focuses his hatred onto the Raider. Gonna try to finish him off. The strafe finishes the job. And they even take out the Junkrat too. They avoid the shots, and Dancing is delivered into the base. Chases down Malfurion here. Quick route actually allows Malfurion to escape. Valor keeps the hatred going though with the autos. Consistent damage here. Has level 13 available. They're actually going to go for the core here with that double kill on their side. Tupoko ports back, doesn't even run back to base. He ports back outside his own base so he doesn't get caught out of position here. Valor now has Tempered by Discipline. She's even more sustaining. Medium Wave getting killed off by LLK as the core slowly begins to drop. Bruiser running low on mana is doing the best he can. Cocoon onto the Garage. Everyone is back alive. Have BTG bitten off more than they can chew here. They found Garage out of position. Indomitable is used. They toss double stun. 619 tacking through. Gets rooted, but he's still alive. Thanks to the shields of Tassadar, but he's getting dropped low. They turn it round. They finish off the Raider. They hold it together. Valor Crystal Aegis keeps her alive, but she's still finished off by the Junkrat as they push back forward. It's a 1-for-1 in this fight. Have BTG overextended. Mal'Ganis grabs the fountain that was still alive. Keeps the fight going onto Bruiser. Keeps the dive going. 619 is so tanky. Keeping himself alive through these fights in full retreat. Concussion Mine delivers him back to the base though. In the meantime, Bruiser still focused down. Druid is trying to get in. He gets the kill to Malfurion, but Riptide has huge damage and Druid into the root. He gets sniped away as well. Double taunt as 619 tries to buy time for the rest of his team. LLK continues dropping the shield, but Mal'Ganis on the backline is completely uncontested. Bruiser dives deep. Concussion Mine keeps alive the Junkrat. Raider has respawned. They're still right outside the base. He has such a short distance to run as Bruiser is chased down and finished off. There we go. Mal'Ganis will pick that up. Able to get a percentage damage for good measure. They chase him down. Junkrat grenades finish the job. They even might get LOK here, who's able to pop the Archon as the cooldown has come back here. He gets slept though. Dancing delivered via into the fray. Gets a flying strafe and is able to pick up yet another double kill here. But here comes the Carrion Swarm, keeping Mal'Ganis alive, who's holding this together. But Dancing, he's not done. Yes, he is. He's rooted. As 619, he looks for another opportunity, but he's got enough more. He can 2% damage, and the damage of Raider turns it around. Dancing, he's in full retreat, suddenly regretting his life choices. Mal'Ganis does not care, just chases him down, but cannot do it. Dancing's able to escape. Druid arrives just in time. time, and they're able to retreat. Oh boy, next objective is going to be approaching pretty soon here. But right now, BTG, that push onto the core, they got 8% off, but they stayed too long. Respawn timers came back up. A very nice back and forth fight. The beautiful toss double strafe kill was absolutely perfect, but they still stayed too long. They're too close to the enemy base. So we finally see Frost Strikes coming in for Arthas. More mana regen, going to be so useful for him as the game goes on. But they keep it going. Firebats being picked up. LLK will scout this out. Gets the Side Storm, sees Mal'Ganis doing it, prevents Mal'Ganis from mounting for a bit. Just tiny bits of harassment, tiny stacks. You can see that Tassadar is done. I assume that is. We can check it this way. Yep, he is done, so no worries there. Also done on Eternal Hunger. 13 on Regen Master. Ripperoni. Not having a good time as a Nubarak so far. And everything else is looking pretty good. 71 on Taster Explosives. Everyone's beginning to get their stacks up. 619 looks for an opportunity to try and snipe someone here. And Junkrat gets ready to just continue to clear the lane. He wants to rejoin his team if he needs to. He's gone for the spread volley here for continued harassment, but BTG putting on so much pressure. There's still a little bit ahead in experience. Mal'Ganis trades out with dancing, at least a little bit. Gets the stun. A little bit of extra damage from that Plague of Bats. As they pull back. Strafe being used very early here. Had to use Volt, though, to stay alive as Mal'Ganis tries to sneak it from the side. Junkrat has arrived. Mal'Ganis able to get away. For the moment, Root onto 619, but he tanks through it for the moment. Not taking too much damage as the follow-up. No one was really paying attention or prepared. Junkrat double trapping this bush. Interesting there. There's the Root. And there's the Concussion Mine. Just a little bit of extra damage here. Getting everything here and there. From side to side. Toss onto a noob. 619, though, is getting closed in on. Has he overextended here? Gets a shield from Tassadar, but is still in full retreat. Arthas from the side, waiting for his opportunity. 619 getting dived on. Arthas from the side finds the squishies, going for all the damage. The Cocoon gets popped by Tassadar very quickly here, but now Bruiser is the one who's separated. Spread volley coming in. Bruiser eats a lot of that damage, but he's still alive for the moment. He needs a Q on an enemy to keep himself going, but he's actually just going to self-heal for the moment. They chase forward. A noob dives in. The Concussion Mine is used to separate 619 from the party as they try to focus onto the damage dealer of Jada here. Not Jada, Valor here, sorry. And they are taken out by Mal'Ganis. In comes the Riptide. It is interrupted a little bit by the toss, but it's going to get huge damage onto Druid and separates him from the party. Druid will get taken out, and that's going to be a double kill. Going over to the one as the Zerg wave does come out. It's very much in favor of BTG. Burrow charge away keeps Tupoko alive. Tranquility having to be popped as well as BTG. 2 members down. They still push in with a full 100% Zerg wave. They were thinking about going for core, but they changed their minds. 619 is going to go in alone for a bit of soak here. We are going to see Bruiser join him, but in the meantime, Tassadar ports back to base to deal with the fact that the tiny Zerg wave is actually going to take down a keep. Nothing can be done about this. Even Tassadar shields will not save it. But this could be core damage if they weren't careful, so they had to deal with it. 619 looking to pull back as well. Indomitable's the Cocoon. So he does burn both those cooldowns. Valor respawns as well. So it looks like the BTG base will survive, but so will the One. The One holding themselves back in the game, clean up the 100% Zerg. That one Ultralisk will get taken out by the core. With the small Marine backup, who just gets bodied by his friends. As we see BTG taking control. Losing control. They were taking control, but honestly, the One are creeping back into this game very quickly. They have another camp to grab. There's a boss still available for both teams. BTG, though, looks like they're starting to slip. Level 18 is hit for the One first. No extra core damage was done. They've lost pretty much every fight for a while now. LLK gains vision again, so sees Tupoko as well. So we see the wraparound play. Once again, LLK is very separated from the rest of the team. And B619 will steal this. There's a sleep used just for the movement speed here. Night Rush giving him a good escape. So level 20 is slowly creeping up on our teams at the moment, with 18 beginning to be passed through so far by the One. As level 18 is just about to be hit by BTG, who once again are a little bit behind. They send Tassadar to grab them some XP. Level 20 is definitely a priority here. Don't want to miss any. He's actually going to kite all these minions back to base as such. He doesn't want to miss any experience. Sorry. So we see them pushing in. The Firebat's going to gain even more damage with the help of a catapult behind them. And unlike their opponents, TheOne aren't sending people back to soak the lanes yet. Junkrat can do it very shortly, but they're actually going to miss a lot of this XP unless Junkrat burns a concussion mine. No, he's just going to mount up. Okay, yeah, look at the camp actually protects the minions, so he will actually get most of this XP. So good job, Junkrat. My mistake. He did rotate in time. Mal'Ganis waits his opportunity. Trap being popped on purpose here. Doesn't use concussion mine though. That's interesting. Keeps the pressure on instead. Keeps that in like a rough position so they could accidentally get caught out by it. But Junkrat could also use a mine to try and get someone over the wall here. Try and pick someone off. The Hypercarry Valor has been doing some good damage so far. Both teams wait for their opportunity. We can see that the stacks are looking good. 29 on that Eternal Hunger. Looking very, very solid. Everything else pretty stacked. 100 stacks on the Taste for Explosives. Root onto Valor as she pulls back. Stays alive though, but where is the hope? They need some hope to keep dancing. Healed, he's kiting back for the moment. Gets the shield as they try to keep pulling back here. TaZ is eating a lot of damage here. Still has the Archon available as they turn this round. Looking for Mal'Ganis, who's extended very far forward using the Frost Shots for the slow. He has the Night Rush and will escape this time. Strafe over the wall, tries to snipe him, but Mal'Ganis gets behind this wall piece here and that actually saves him, absorbing the Strafe Shots. Very effectively done. And as such, Valor not able to find the kill and just blew her heroic here, but Archon's still available. They can still move in for this. On the other side, though, Riptire is still here. It's basically all they have left, except for Cocoon in 16 seconds as they creep forward, looking for their opportunity here. They dive onto the Arthas here, who Arthas just tanks through it. 619 looks for Reyna, but instead gets slept into the keep range. Takes a lot of damage. Bruiser looks for opportunity as well. More Frost Shots. Beautiful cleanse from the Malfurion. Keeps everyone on TheOne mobile and keeps them moving. More damage onto Dancing by Reyna, who just shreds through the health of that Valor. Both teams calm down a bit. Wait for the opportunity. Taunt is back. Cocoon is used. There's Concussion Mine. It's all about that this time. They want to try and push her into base. They get her into keep range. Valor is destroyed here. A beautiful play. Mal'Ganis barely survives being a distraction there as they turn it around with the 619. Mal'Ganis decides to join the team anyway. Tranquility coming out. Mal'Ganis may have just sacrificed his life here, but no, he's a bait. He tanks through. The Tranquility keeps him alive. See ya, Garrosh, as they push forward looking for more. And TheOne, their patience has paid off. They're diving past everyone. LLK is behind them. They can just finish him off so quickly. He doesn't have another dimensional shift. He can't sustain through this for much longer. Arthas, though, is kiting. The splitting is really effective here. Concussion Mine onto Druid here. He has nowhere to go. Finished off. Bruiser will escape. There are catapults on the core, though. The delay tactics are being effective here, but this will get cleaned up before the core goes down. And this will be the fact that TheOne now are in a position to get a 100% Zerg wave. All they have to do is to prevent their core from dying to a split push. 23% on it. The Winions were effective here. Both teams got level 20 during that. Twilight Archon was, of course, picked up, but it's no longer relevant. The Shield of Hope not enough. Farflight Quiver needs to be used more effectively very fast here. And Death's Advance. Frostmourne feeds as well. E-based build here for extra healing as well. A D-based build with some extra healing thrown in there for good measure. And as we look at everyone else, we are seeing the execute for Reyna. So much extra damage. And of course, Serenity. Now then, what can they do? TheOne, and they've grabbed the boss. They're grabbing the camp. They're looking for the Arthas here. Trying to grab him and finish him off. There's Cocoon on 619. Bruiser is plumb out of options. Gets CC locked and couldn't get the healing. Now, can they get Garrosh as well? There's the taunt onto the Mal'Ganis, giving 619 a chance to try and turn this around, but the sideboard is killed off. Mal'Ganis turns around and retreats to the rest of his team as the Zerg wave funnels in. The minions are tanking attacking the fort, so the boss is healthy. They take this down. The minions roll in. The Banelings even are still alive here, so the extra siege damage is going to be so huge here. Tassadar dropping Psystorms to try and hold the line for the moment. Garrosh is off to the side, but he's in fact going to get engaged on quick double toss, but he's caught in the rune. Indomitable not available. There's the Crystal Aegis to try and keep him alive, and the Shield of Faith as well. The Fred volley coming in, and 619 survives. Dancing, dropping any damage he can, using that Farflight Quiver to keep himself at range, even dropping the Strafe for the extra for AoE to keep his team going. Clear out this wave as much as possible to give them a chance to fight. With Arthur's down, they are down a member here. LLK just eats the damage here. He's nowhere to run. There's no keep up here. He's going to have to pop that Twilight Archon if he wants any chance of fighting this as they turn this round. Valor getting engaged on. She's getting taken out. Shield from Tassadar keeps her alive. Here comes the Twilight Archon, going to try and keep the core alive as we do see the percentage dropping. We see Garrosh has been zoned away. Arthur's is in the backline. Valor's going to try and finish off Reyna, who is the main target here, but the boss is alive. The Zerg is alive. Reyna gets taken out, but it is too late. And that is game number 2 going over to TheOne. And they even up the score in a 1-1 game. Very nicely done by TheOne, able to turn that round right at the end. They were losing for a big chunk of that game, but in this case, they were able to put on a lovely turnaround at the end there, despite their core continuously taking damage. But they were able to just keep control, keep the power, keep the pressure on, and that cocoon in the top lane onto Valor was absolutely beautiful. They were able to get that quick move with the concussion mine follow-up, no cleanse, so there's no follow-up there. All they could have done is maybe drop the Aegis quicker, but that was frame-perfect explosions there from the mine, so there was nothing they could do. Garrosh, you can see, was even there. He was going to try and get the throw, but it didn't work out. They tried everything they could, but it was not enough. It was too fast for them to react to. That's all down to Junkrat with the quick reactions there. All right, let's have a look at some stats here. So, here are the builds. If you want them, you can screenshot them for yourself here. Everything else is good. This Arthur's build was really interesting. I had a good time with it. I might try this one myself. A little bit of just extra mana regen, maximum of 40, and it's damaged by 4. So yeah, your damage always decreases. The damage increases infinitely. So this whole idea was basically to get in range, keep yourself sustained this way. Heals additional 50% bonus healing, which is the idea here, and the reduced cooldown. The range isn't that relevant, it's just a bit of poke. But the idea is basically self-heal and then bot people with the Frostborn feeds. Cool idea. Very fun little build here. Reyna going relatively standard, unstable compound, plus giddy up. And of course, execute them and paint them red, just getting that good damage over time, good burst damage onto someone like Valor. And Valor, it was a very standard build here. Multi-shot, just trying to keep alive, but in this case, didn't work out. Just got a little bit out-damaged, a little bit outplayed. Alrighty, that's game number 2, which means we are going to one final game of this best of 3 series of the replays that I do have from HGC China. And this is the final game that we will be casting today, and then we'll be going into some normal games, normal playing, which will of course be fun. Alright, which replay is it? I got too many replays. There it is. Alright, but I need to close heroes first. Wonderful. Excuse me. You liked the rap? I didn't intend to, but a lot ended up happening there. So, yeah, this is fun. God, it's nice to be back casting. It feels so good. Oh, man. Alright, let's run an ad, because I like money. See if we had any follows in that game. We did not. No follows in that game, so don't have to worry about that. Let's have a drink. I'm actually going to, as much as this is going to mess up the YouTube VOD, I'm going to very quickly pause and then like run downstairs for like a couple seconds to go grab a drink. And then I will be ready for the next game. So pause. Make sure they haven't switched sides. They have not. Okay, so I'm going to run downstairs and grab a drink quickly, everyone. So I will be right back. And then we'll get into game number 3, the final game of the day. Be right back. And I'm back. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this game underway as soon as it appears on my screen as usual. And it's going to be Battlefield of Eternity. So let's hit play. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game of the day. And spawning on the left-hand side, it is going to be Beyond the Game. And playing for them, LLK is playing the Tyrael, 619 is on the Diablo, Druid is on his classic Malfurion, Dancing is on Tracer, and Bruiser bringing out the legendary Illidan. One of his favourites here. Whereas on the right, we have TheOne. They just put on a wonderful show here in the last series, in the last game. Let's see if they can do it again. We have Reyna, Orphea, Tyrande, ETC, and Tupoko is playing on the Arthas. Starting off, an immediate Exterminator here for the Reyna, giving them a little bit of extra sustain throughout the fight. Sorry, not sustain throughout the fight, a little bit of extra Immortal Race. Illidan with Battered Assault also wants some more team fighting done. More shielding, Justice for All, Feast on Fear, a little bit of extra damage that way. We could even see Diablo moving into the solo lane here, which we have seen a little bit in some of the other regions. The 619 is in full retreat already, taking a little bit too much damage, but Tupoko has also dove in very deep and gets punished for it. Diablo comes back in, and they even find ETC double kill within the first couple seconds, achieved by the Beyond the Game team here. Very effectively done. And they are going to move straight up to top lane, and it is going to be Tyrael in the solo lane. Fair enough. But like I said, we have been seeing a couple teams practicing with solo lane Diablo, going for the auto attack build. But in this case, it is going to be Tyrael. He's going to hold the lane as best he can, keep everything sustained, and not worry too much, just making sure he gets the experience. Arthas starting off with a Frost presence here. No point in going for Rhyme, it will just get completely wrecked by all of these auto attackers. Tracer and Illidan are very fast auto attackers, so wouldn't gain too much value there. Although, Block Party coming in. Physical armor against the next hero basic attack for 8 seconds. Interesting. So only 2 stacks of block available, but still ran it into Tracer. That's very peculiar. It definitely is a little bit more effective against Illidan and against Diablo, depending on if Diablo goes for like Malevolence or anything like that. Excuse me. It's definitely an unusual level 1 talent to take in general. See how well it works for them. Diablo having to use a mercenary to get out of dodge here as Tupoko puts on the pressure. ETC arrives up here as well. They side against it. I guess the alternative is either going for globes, which is hard on this map. But I would still say the heal guitar solo would work pretty well, right? Guitar Hero, I think the build is called. The talent is called, but you heal for auto attacks. That seems like it would work. But in this case, no, we are sticking with the Block Party. Tyrande scouts out, finds the rotation of Diablo. Dancing. Was thinking about scouting, did not see Tyrande though. Will see Reyna as Reyna rolls past. So now he knows his camp's being done. Here comes the rest of the team. Illidan as well. Oh, it's going to be a 4 versus 4 fight. Tyrael could rotate up here as well. They're going to turn this into a 5 versus 4. ETC is on the way, but Arthas has needed so much damage already. Pulse Bomb lands. Camp's already been taken, though. So this fight is now just for the sake of fighting. ETC with the double power slide, looking for more as LLK gets separated from the rest of the team. Is going to pull back, but is going to get taken to low by the Dread and finish off with the Chaos Diffuse auto attack of Orphea as Bruiser looks for a kill, picks one up onto Arthas, making it a 1-for-1. He chases down, but doesn't want to chase below the gate. Double stun from ETC again with the power slide as Bruiser in full retreat. A beautiful Shadow Wall from Orphea trying to chase down Bruiser, but can't get the range, and everyone else will disengage, making this a 1-for-1. Oh, okay, maybe not actually. Bruiser, Druid is found in a rough position. 619 going to try and stop the pursuit here by stunning ETC, and Druid will be able to turn this around and escape, but 619 has given his life for his support here, dropping the CC to try and give him the escape route, but didn't find one for himself, and as such will get taken out. Everyone else focuses on that, on that Shaman, because guess what? With that chase, guess what BTG didn't do? They didn't grab their Shaman camp. It's still here, and as such, they're going to be a little bit further behind. ETC going to try and disrupt Dancing and LLK as much as he can. While Reyna gains more and more Exterminator value. Hunter's Mark as well from the Tyrande. Going to gain even more value there. And this is going well for TheOne as of yet. But level 6 is hit first as they once again BTG refusing to slow down. Level 6 hit as they went for a dive immediately, but down goes 619. As we see TheOne trying to keep this push going, but Arthas is dropping low. Tracer diving forward, finds the bomb. Beautiful accuracy in the mess of the fight there as Bruiser chases down Orphea. Illidan versus Orphea, trying to chase her down. They finish it off with the help of dancing as they dive even further. Will they go over the wall this time? No, a good ETC start as Bruiser gets dropped very low and is forced to retreat. Raider dropped low as well as Tyrande runs out of mana. They have to back up. But with that, BTG gains some freedom here. They begin to work this down, but their race potential is still so low. EDC moves out. Tyrael attempts to stop them in the rotation. Reyna. Tyrael actually just dives on Reyna. That's very risky. Suddenly, he's surrounded by tanks. Why would you go there? As we see the pressure going on, he was trying to put it on the pressure, but instead LK nearly dies. He buys his team some time, though. Tracer and Illidan are still going here as Reyna starts focusing onto this Immortal. Full damage, but no, he's chasing onto Diablo instead. They'd rather get the kill. And with that, that allows Bruiser and Dancing to finish off the Immortal, and the first Immortal goes over to BTG. It's going to be pushing into the bottom lane as Tracer continues to annoy them as much as he can. Nice prediction on the route there by Topoko. It's going to be a bottom push Immortal. How many people are coming down for this? Tracer is on the way. Tracer did go for a parting gift, by the way. Didn't go for any sneaky untouchable plays a la Alufal. Diablo holding his level 6 for the moment. Level 7, sorry. He's already got Souls to the Flame, so we expect, yeah, it was going to be the Eternal Flames, but it was interesting to see him holding it. His level 7 is hit. We're seeing the Kaldora Resistance. Going for Spell Armor. Try and protect against the Tracer. That is the plan. They dive forward. Tyrande not landing in the root. Shields herself, getting the Spell Armor as well. Protecting herself with the Pulse Bomb. It's not enough. The parting gift was inches away. And the health bar is basically non-existent, but Tyrande does escape. But with that distraction, Minions and the Immortal are able to take down the first fort of the game. BTG continue to extend their lead here. The push in the top lane was relatively successful. It took out the gate and weakened the towers, but they didn't get any XP for it, and that is what TheOne really, really need right now. They're actually moving in. They're looking for kills here, but the root lands, shut down. Icebound Fortitude being used, going to achieve nothing. They get the root, but they're not going to gain any value from it. Tiny bit of damage, tiny stack onto Mind Devourer. But that's going to be it for the moment, and as such, TheOne have to pull back a little bit defeated. Losing a fort, not even getting tower XP, is a little bit unfortunate for them. Excuse me. ETC continues to rotate up the top lane. LK harasses him a little, but running out of minions, doesn't want to take the risk. Rest of the team grabs the mercenary camps. They need experience right now. BTG, they're grabbing mercenary camps. They've got minions to kill. They get experience that way. TheOne, they kind of have to wait for the lanes to push up to them, and as such, they already have succeeded in this lane. The Impalers will kill a tower, so actually that will give them a bit of a boost, but it's still going to be easily a level 10 for BTG first. They're going to have full control for at least a little bit of time due to that. ETC soaking top lane has been great news for them. He's gone for the classic loudspeakers pinball wizard, by the way, so that is his wave clear and his little bit of burst damage as well. Ability power plus Illidan is going to give him a little bit more freedom. And level 10 will once again be arriving. Thanks to Illidan, thanks to Diablo, level 10 is about to be achieved for BTG, significantly more soon. Whereas TheOne, they might try and get a little bit of XP of their own by trying to kill Tyrael, who just dropped Sank. He's dropping all the CC though. He doesn't have Sword of Justice, so this is a really interesting escape route. Let's see how well he can do. All right, LLK versus the entirety of TheOne. How long can he last? Pretty long. Ah, sniped by Arthas right at the end. Just got the point and click on. Little bit of extra damage, but the rest of the team came and suddenly they're a bit out of position. We have the mosh pit available. No level 20 picked so far. We could finally see the other level 10 picked by the Orphea here as they focus onto Diablo and finish him off with a great Shadow Waltz and a little bit of Chaos-infused autos there. Tyrael already used Sank. We have Metamorphosis coming in, and no, still crushing jaws, still want the Wombo. Fair enough. As we have Apocalypse, we have the Metamorphosis, we have the Quantum Spike. Malfurion yet to pick. Very interesting. Silence onto Arthas is brutal. If you can get that done, you prevent him healing with his ghouls. And there it is. The Twilight Dream coming in here. Get that onto Orphea. Get that onto Arthas. You have so much freedom to start dealing damage. As Dancing forced to back up, forced to take a bit more of a safer rotation. You can just see those prog rock stacks getting destroyed here. Diablo coming in from the side, focusing onto ETC, who is going to get completely wiped. And Illidan diving so deep with Metamorphosis, but immediately getting chunked. Immediately turns to the Immortal and starts to regain his health that way. 619 tags through it. Twilight Dream from over the wall catches two members. A park hits no one. Beautiful parting by the members of the One here as they try to turn this round. Dancing gets deleted. Orphea is being a one-woman wrecking crew here, trying to get onto the members of BTG and succeeding, chasing down. Not going to be able to get the Shadow Waltz. LLK is just too mobile. Just a nice little juke play here, and is going to try and get a little bit more shield off. Uh-oh, he needs to be careful where he stands here. ETC could find him, but no, ETC doesn't rotate up yet. Wants the XP, and Tyrael will retreat to the rest of his team. As the shield does go down, the Immortal will be spawning with about a half health shield here as Tyrael rejoins his team for the full 5-man defense, which will be pushing into the bot lane. One tower already down here thanks to the Impalers that were captured earlier by the One. Let's see how much defense BTG can put up now. Moshpit, not used in that fight. Sank is back off cooldown from the chase earlier in the top lane. As such, you can see, as such you can see ETC chilling in the bot lane waiting for his opportunity. Seeing if he can catch anyone out of position. Mortal takes down the towers. ETC rejoins his team. Knows he's not going to have a good angle. I would have preferred him to rotate this way. He might have actually been able to get a really good angle with that route from Arthas. But him being here does guarantee this fort. With the Immortals still having a shield, they are absolutely going to push further. They really want to get as much value as possible out of this, looking for their opportunity, looking for the best angle as they begin to creep further forward. ETC burns through the towers. Nice and quickly. With Illidan not here, there's a 4 versus 5 defense. This is why the One are being so aggressive here. Illidan finally has returned. Hyperion being dropped and Starfall as well. Power slide onto Diablo, 619, who uses ETC as an escape route as Illidan dives into the backline along with Tyrael. They still have sanctification, remember, but Tyrael needs to drop it. No, he gets sniped before he has the chance. Damage output just too high. Immortal's going to finish off the keep here, which could mean with Tyrael down, they might try and make the play here. Tupoko is tanking through so many members. Here comes the mosh pit with the crushing jaws as Diablo gets deleted. Bruiser onto the backline is trying to get the work done. They finally get the kill onto Tyrande, removing the healing output as EDC gets another double stock quick cure, Nature's Cure by Druid. But they're running out of defense here. They're running out of momentum. Dancing, trying to do the damage, but he can't do it. It's 4 versus 3 on the core as Tyrael has respawned. The spawn timers are still so low, but the core has no shields. ETC drops a little bit of damage. If they maybe get another kill, they could try and dive it, but no. They're just going to pull back and try and stay alive here, but ETC is getting chased down. Tracer from the side as well. Continuous damage. Continuing to do anything she can. Tyrael drops the sack. Tracer dives forward. Good damage. Parting gift to Tyrael. Illidan into the backline. Trying to finish off Orphea and does. But Tracer also fell, eating too much damage as she dived forward. But Illidan is going to clean up the remaining members of the One. Reyna was able to slip away in the ensuing chaos, but he does survive. He will be needed to clean up this lane in the top lane. But BTG, still signs of life, 89% on their core. They're able to take a good fight. They're almost evening up experience, and they will be able to steal this camp. But Reyna, so much map presence here. Going to move up to the top lane and grab this camp. If you can't gain value, if you can't fight the opponents, gain value somewhere you know they won't be. We'll be able to pull back, get some extra pressure, and this will actually really pressure this top fort. And even look at the positioning. They're able to get full damage onto the minion wave without aggroing. Really unintentionally well timed, I will say that was probably, as we do see the Fallen Shaman, coming in, and that's going to destroy this lane from behind. That's going to put even more pressure onto, this. But luckily, the members of the One are here to clean that up. BTG now. They are still in this game. They are a little bit behind in terms of experience. Owl sees this, and ETC is actually moving in. 13 seconds on Moshpit. He aggressively plays forward. Camp goes down. Now, how long can he hold this? They force him off, crushing jaws. Tyrael is stun-locked and gets absolutely wrecked by Orphea, but does survive, actually. Hyperion chasing down Bruiser, friend or foe, being used for the escape here. Root just short of landing, and Bruiser should be able to get away here. Tracer with a blink as well, and we will see the One take position and begin burning down the Immortal. No members of BTG died, though, so they just need to regroup and reconvene. Exactly what they're doing, but the halfway point already reached. Illidan, very aggressive dive here. This is a normal build on Arthas, by the way, going for something a little bit more standard here. He's already basically fully stacked on Frozen Waste, so he's fine. They move forward. He's gone for the anti-armor as well, looking for the blow-up. Reyna kiting backwards the Illidan, trying to prevent him from diving too deep. In the meantime, the Fallen Shaman is grouping up catapults here. TheOne are going to start doing damage to BTG's core. All they have to do is to not die here. Good power slide on 2 members. Good dodging. Twilight Dream on both the front lines. Everyone else begins to retreat. APOC is dodged, but ETC is still a little bit of danger. So is Arthur's in not the best positioning here. ETC dropping low. Sankis drops as BTG tries to dive through, but their core is going down to the catapults here. Can they sustain through this? Can they get out of here? They weren't able to get the kills they needed as their core is beginning to drop 33% as you see TheOne giving chase, preventing them from going back to defend their base. Minions are finally cleaning up these catapults, but 21% on the core. 619 is dropping down. Tracer is finished off. Illidan finally arrives back to clean out another catapult, but another kill. Diablo finished off. He had full souls, but he is able to survive here. He is able, revive here thanks to his souls, but he's now squishy dibbles. Here comes TheOne, 21% on the core. They can do that. They kill off the Tracer. They dive forward looking for their chance. They kill off the Tyrael. They look for more. This is a great fight for them. Huge damage onto Orphea, but Orphea is going to be able to kite Diablo with Shadow. 1 second it's back off cooldown. In the meantime, Raider runs in to be a one-man wrecking crew and filling that core full of daylight. And that is going to be GG. TheOne diving past that, making use of that camp and those catapults, they are able to take the 2-0. Very nicely done by TheOne. They are able to take the 2-1. Sorry, they are able to take the series. Now then, let me with that done for starters, let's show you a little bit of the post-game stats. Lovely job there. Diablo did go for some devastating charge, trying to gain some crit damage, but that spell armor, very effective. That Caldoria resistance from Tyrande. This is not live. These are from replays. They are able to stay alive through that. The imposing presence at the end. What a clutch talent choice. So good. And then, of course, Remorseless Winter plus Frozen Tempests. I usually personally prefer the extra damage, but Shattered Armor is so good when you have someone like Orphea on your team. You just wreck people. And Orphea, standard stuff. Dead Magic and Invasive Miasma, similar to what we saw earlier. One of the 2 builds we usually end up seeing these days. Well then, let me, now that that is over, allow me to show you guys the final group stage results for your own benefit. I'm just going to screenshot these from the website. Just save us some time. Here are the final stats, by the way. You can see the final damage numbers. When does the new Gold Series start? I do not know, but I know that the Grand Finals of 2018 is on Saturday, and I probably won't cast it because it's at 5 AM my time. And that's really early. So I'll probably cast from replays once they upload the replays. Alrighty, so here are the final standings for the groups of the Grand Final here. You can see that despite just losing to TheOne, Beyond the Game had a much more solid map score, able to take their other 2 series in 2-0. In 2-0 fashion, able to keep themselves going, taking out CE, taking out SPT, and even though they lost to TheOne lost to SPT 2-0 and only could beat CE in a 2-1. And only beating BTG in a 2-1 meant their final map score was 1 less than Super Perfect Team. and a significant amount less than Beyond the Game, who just had much better. No team was perfect. No team was able to do it. Even CE took maps. Every one of these teams were very close to each other. But overall, that means that the Grand Final that will be happening on Saturday is going to be between Beyond the Game and Super Perfect Team in a best of 7. I will once again not be casting that live, but I will be certainly finding the replays the second they are available and attempting to cast them from there. But there you go. That is the final bracket stage from the games that we did just cast. Wonderful. Let's remove that because it's no longer needed. And we also, TheOne is out. TheOne are out. That was a really impressive series, but unfortunately, they didn't do well enough during the rest of the games. And with that, let's remove all of these because it's finally time for me to appear. Hello, everyone.